Okay, so this is my setup for close range, where we're going to be doing our testing here today. Right now we're at 25 yards. I'm going to take a shot off the stand so we know exactly where everything is set. We're going to be filming with the Tactacam as well, so you can see what I'm seeing through my scope. And then I'm going to do the same shot off of my Tenzing PP15 pack. It's got the bipods in the back there. Hold it up, a seat for you to sit on. Strap it to your back. Anywhere you sit down, you have a backrest. That's been an awesome piece of equipment for hunting coyotes. Really love it. All right, without further ado, let's get to some shooting.
25 yards off the stand. So a little bit low.
So there we can see we're perfectly 1.5 inches low at 25 yards. You're not going to be adjusting for that when a coyote's at 25 yards. It's not going to be adjusting your turrets. So we'll have a look through the scope and see exactly where we want to be when we aim for 25 yards.
So at 25 yards we can see you're basically going to use either your 1 on your turret for up close range like that. So that'll get you pretty close. You're basically 1 and 1.25. Maybe you're close to 1.5, but not quite. 1.5. You know what? If you go 1.5, put that right there at 25 yards, your shot's going exactly where you want it to. So that's what I'll be doing. Yeah, put the bullet right where you want to go on top of that 2.5, and it's going to go right in that hole. Just for fun, let's do a quick test. We're going to put that 1.5 right there. Yeah, that's pretty close. Okay, off the pack, 25 yards, aim small, miss small. Those 4 dots there, we're going to aim at the very top one. We're going to put a bullet in and aim at the very top one. With our, now we know what our holdover is here. Put the 1.5 line right under where you want to shoot and pull the trigger.
Okay, so 25 yards, this is great. That was our first shot right at the dot off the stand. That was our second shot at 25 yards using the little line there at the 1.5. Putting the bullet right above the 1.5 line. And then off the pack, we did the same thing with that shot there. And dead on. Let's move back to 50 yards.
Okay, so our target's a little off kilter, but that's okay. Keep the gun nice and level. 50 yards off the stand. Let's put the bullet in there. Alright, so a little bit low and to the left. Let's try the same thing, but this time let's do it with the backpack. Okay, 50 yards off the backpack. And what dot should we use this time? Alright, let's use that bottom pink one. If we were going to allow a little bit, we'll just have to aim a little tiny bit high.
So that was our first shot off the stand. And then we aimed down here at the pink one. And we put it right there, using what we had learned off of this one here. Awesome. Okay, let's go on. We'll move it out now to 100 yards and see where that puts us. Okay, back at 100 yards. We'll use that one right there. And I think we're going to be dead on. So I was thinking of there's our target over there. and I was thinking of giving it one clicker right, but I thought the wind was going straight with us, but as you can see from the grass I'm dropping here, it is going sideways. So that's what we're just gonna leave it here, because I'm guessing that wind is moving that bullet that little tiny bit to the left. One thing I'd like to mention about this scope is this is a Strike Eagle 5 to 25 by 56 by Vortex. If you look through the scope at 30 right now, and the target's out at 100, it's going to be really foggy. I don't know if you can see that or not. I'll take a little video through with the Tactacam here. So you can see how it's kind of foggy right now. And then when I turn this dial to 100, it's just crystal clear. Some scopes aren't like that. I've had some scopes in the past where that's off a little bit. So it's really nice to see how they've got that all tuned in just perfectly. And here we are at 100 yards on the stand, shooting our 100-yard dot. And just a smidgen high at 100. Okay, now we'll go do the stand. And what dot should we try this time? Well, it's getting a little further away, but we'll just use the same dot there. We can see the shot where it was at, so we'll use the same dot for our 100 sitting on the pack shot. Alright, here we are, off the backpack, 100 yards. "100 yards, that's what we like to see." So there was my shot off the stand, and there was my shot off of my backpack. Taking a little bit more time today. When a coyote's running in, you don't have a lot of time, so your shots are going to be off a little bit more, but the backpack definitely helps you hold respectably well. Jeff Nimnick, he always says, you hear him in his videos telling beginners get their knees up, so set your elbows on your knees, and then you can steady your shot quite a bit better as well. And then having a backrest, all 3 points like that, really helps to steady your shot. So much like the 50-yard shot being just a little bit low, right kind of at the bottom of the sticker, our 100-yard shot is the opposite. We're at the top of the sticker. That's a 1-inch sticker, so whatever you're shooting, you'll be just fine. I hope to go in about a week here and do some beaver control for our friend, so these closer ranges are probably going to be pretty important. Good to know them. Okay, so we just had our 100 yards there, and now we're going to try 150, and then we'll call it good. We should be zeroed after yesterday's shooting. We know we're zeroed at 200. This will be great for the up close stuff, and that's where 200 yards and under, even 150 yards and under, is probably where I would say 80% of the coyotes come. So important yardages to know. Okay, here we go, off the stand, 150 yards. Just a smidgen high at 150 still. Okay, now we're going to take our 150-yard backpack shot. You can see my heart beating in there, so there's a coyote running at the target, your heart, or running at you, your heart's going to be beating as well. So some people will take a jog and then try and take a quick shot just to see how you do. So I must say, there's no coyote in front of me. I'm kind of on my A game today. I'm really happy with how I've been shooting. So 150 yards. I think that was our original shot off of the stand. And then I was just a hair lower off the backpack and the bipod. But at 150 yards, you know as well, a little bit high. 150, 100. We're just going to be that little tiny, maybe an inch, call it an inch high. And you should be safe if you wanted to shoot there, or if you want to feel like dropping your bullet an inch. If your coyotes are up really close, you're gonna have to just lift it a bit. At 50 yards, you're gonna have to lift a half an inch. Same over here. If they're at 25 yards, really up close and personal, you're gonna have to go about an inch and a half. So I just realized after all this shooting, we didn't answer the question. At how many yards does my bullet come back down to 0? So it's low at 25 yards, it's low at 50 yards, and then we know it's high at 100, it's high at 150. We should be dead on at 200. Right there, we're gonna try one at 75.
Okay, 75 yards, high, low, or dead on. Place your bets.
So, 75 yards. Gonna be pretty close to dead on. All right, so we started off here with 25 down low. Then we used our marker to get us up about an inch and a half to 25. Then we did a 25-yard shot here off the stand. Then we did a 50-yard shot there, a little bit low. Then we did this shot here using a correction again, and just about hit right where we wanted. Very, very close. I would say those are probably, a half an inch dot. And then from the 50, we went up to 100. Had 2 very successful shots there. And 150, same thing. And now I only had 1 shot left, so we did that one there at 100, or at 75. Awesome. So now you know how your 204 Ruger does at close range.